We're joined in the media center by pro stock winner Jeggie Coughlin. His first win of the season, 57th of his career, and his first since Reading 2013. Talk about this weekend, a little bit of a different conditions that we see, even different than from normal Atlanta, but you guys toughed it out and took out that win.
Yeah, it was nothing near normal for us. Alan and I both have been blessed. I mean, Mark Ingersoll and Adam Hornberger have been doing a great job with the cars, and both teams have been just running really well all year. We've been hit and miss, but when we got here, both cars were just a little bit sluggish and just couldn't get them going, couldn't get them going, and we worked on them real hard Friday night going into Saturday, and looked like we picked up a little bit. I went that 53 on Saturday morning, and then had more problems in the final qualifying run in Q4 with we had a malfunctioning clutch. So just a real bizarre Friday, Saturday for the Jegs car. Alan was running well, but just not the ETs we were looking for. So we ended up changing motors going into race day for today, and it looked like things worked out pretty well. The only issue we had is we ended up running each other first round, and we knew if one of the two of us was going to work as hard as we could to make the distance today. And fortunately, on our end, it worked out well. So, but I got to give a lot of thanks to Roy and Alan Johnson and Mark Ingersoll and Adam. The entire both the teams did one heck of a job with the rebound this weekend.
How concerned were the pro stock guys about racing today after what you'd seen yesterday? And you guys don't have a lot of downforce on the top end.
We don't. They do make wicker bills for the back of these cars, and trust me, we're well above the NHRA legal wicker bills, to put downforce in the cars, and nobody said we couldn't put wing in them too to make them stay glued down there. So I think that's really just a real weird pro stock thing. Nobody wants to run any wing at all whatsoever. They don't want any drag, of course, but I'll trade just a little bit of traction for drag any day. And I think we made some really good calls over the weekend. The track was a little bit iffy for us with hitting that bump, just past fifth gear, and we were able to get them to stay glued. I think second round, I kind of swept out to the left a little bit and just overcorrected just a little bit as I was going into third gear, and then into fourth gear, ended up on the right side of the groove, and I spun through fourth gear or fifth gear just a little bit. But other than that, thing was really steady. Now, if you'd asked me how we thought about running Sunday, it might be a little different answer, but today I had absolutely no worries. NHRA, the Safety Safari, they rubbed on this track and rubbed on it, and they obviously deserve a lot of the credit for the successes today, because there was a lot of good runs.
Talk about that final with your great rival with Greg. I mean, Greg has 74 wins. For those of us who keep score, you have 73 total.
Right.
You guys are right there with each other, and then obviously the sponsor rivalry and and his comeback. Talk about that for us.
No, it's obviously great to have him back. We stayed in touch as he was going through his surgery and recoveries, and we've got different sponsors on the side of our car, and obviously in my case it's a family business, but we are a pretty close family out here as far as competitors go too, and but as his first race back, we ended up running him first round and got the best of him, and really felt extremely confident coming into the final here in Atlanta. He was doing one heck of a job behind the wheel. Sawing the tree down, I think his worst light was a 15, and I knew we'd have to be on our best behavior there in the final, and felt like we could certainly be in the ballpark of which we ended up being. So it was a great win for us. Certainly wanted to keep the yellow and black car out in front of him, and Summit, they put a lot into drag racing, and certainly you wouldn't ever hear a negative word come out of my mouth on that end.
Jeggie, you just said it was a great win and everything, obviously, but how important is it getting that first win of the year out of the way, relatively early, first third of the season,
Yep.
And now you're a winner already this year? How important is that?
No, it's extremely important. Closing the year off the way we did, winning the championship was just fantastic. and really felt like we had a ton of momentum coming into 2014, and to see some of the pitfalls we've been through, we're like just wanting to pull our hair out. But as a team, we just said, listen, we need to be patient. We need to double check each other. We need to do as good a job as we can getting this car to go straight, getting it to be as efficient as it can, and results like today will have an opportunity to happen. And fortunately, it did happen today, and it feels great to get a win. Certainly this early in the season. Last year we got our first win in Topeka, and in a similar situation we had horrendous weather coming at us with we knew it was coming, so we knew, we took photos really quick, and but to win here on Monday is really cool. This is one of the marquee events on the NHRA Tour. As a kid, I remember coming here and watching my dad race, later coming watching my brother John race, and Land Dragway has always been just a place that you always want to do well at, and fortunately we've had great success here, and there's a lot of tracks like that on the circuit, of course, but this is definitely one of them.
Okay.
How about second round?
What we do second round? Second round, we obviously had an extremely tall mountain to climb. Knew we'd have to be fortunate. After the first round against Allen, we were first pair. We really spun the tires extremely hard. About midway through first gear, going into second gear, going into third gear, going into fourth gear, and we were about 11 hundredths behind what our half-track ET should have been. We ran the back extremely well. Redistributed the car a little bit for second round against Erica. Obviously, she was low for the round and knew they'd be tough, but felt like we'd have to get a couple hundredths out of the gate to try and keep us out in front, and fortunately we were able to get that, and obviously get the car much happier. Made a little sweep out to the left, similar to the final round actually, where I spent most of first gear, all of second gear, most of third gear left of the groove, which isn't efficient without question, but it worked out well, and they've just been on a roll. Richard Freeman, the Elite Motorsports team, they've done one heck of a job with their program, and I think they're going to be tough, obviously extremely tough coming down the stretch.
So you don't feel bad about cutting out for a chance at 100th?
No, absolutely not. We like I said, we're all a pretty small family when you boil it all down, but it's all about racing. When you hear the engines fire, you could, I suppose, you hear the cliche, if it was your grandmother in the other lane, you're going to be looking to do as well as you can. But in my case, I might take that a little differently. But no, we had a good run, and fortunately, we kept it out front and turned the win line on 4 times today, which is the pinnacle.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All set. Thank you all.